and West Ham. On the face of it, West Ham would need the biggest upset since Custer's last stand to go through. 3 down they were from the home leg. Luton, of course, won the trophy last April against Arsenal, saw themselves tonight just 90 minutes from a return to Wembley. Be interesting to see how the two sides approach the match. Luton odds-on favourites, West Ham virtually written off. Our commentator, Alan Parry.
Well, Luton know that their biggest enemy tonight is complacency, and manager Ray Harford has been drumming into his players that they must treat this as a normal game. He's able to field the same team which won so convincingly at West Ham, with Ashley Grimes having recovered from a foot injury. 8 of these players were in the side which won the trophy at Wembley last season. West Ham face a near impossible dilemma. They must go on attack and try to reduce their 3-goal deficit, but if they were to concede another goal, it would surely finish them off. Well, they picked a team to reflect their difficult task. David Kelly is recalled up front. George Paris replaces Alan Dickens in midfield to allow Paul Ince some more attacking role. The referee is Mr. David Axel from Southend. So it's Luton Town in the white shirts who get us underway, attacking from right to left. West Ham have been prolific scorers in the competition this season. 5 against Derby, 4 against Liverpool, 3 away to Sunderland. So they've really got to believe that miracles can happen. Well, the Luton faithful know that this would seem to be a foregone conclusion, but they've come to cheer their team on to Wembley, they hope. Now Harford. Fine play, he finds Hill. Wilson takes over. Harford again, neat football. Hill once more. Brought down by Paris. And a little bit of a disagreement. Paris and Wilson getting themselves involved. The referee wants to have a word with the West Ham number 8. He's also calling Danny Wilson over. Free kick taken quickly by Wilson to Breaker. Caught West Ham wrong-footed for a moment, and a fine effort by Hill. Parks right in the line of flight. Quickly taken free kick. Breaker pulling back a good cross, and Hill very sharp with the shot into the ground. Came off Wilson's head, so Breaker can't let it go behind. And he makes sure it's a throw-in rather than a corner. Brady. Brady gets it back rather fortunately. Harris, good ball. Kelly. Brady is there again. And Slater! What a fine effort that was by the 19-year-old. And a good save from Seeley. Stuart Slater scored the winning goal at Charlton. This was his first goal in the FA Cup and nearly got an important second then. Well, that'll encourage West Ham. Grimes got it clear as far as Ward. Teed up for Dix, then given away. Important interception there by Potts as Luton threatened to break. Stuart Slater still only 19 and with not yet double figures as far as appearances in the first team are concerned. Harford, beautiful control on the chest. Now Wilson to Wegley, back to Harford again, in towards Black. Oh, and Parks misjudged the bounce. Well, it can be a nightmare for goalkeepers as much as outfield players, this surface. Phil Parks back in the side, 2 successive clean sheets, doing well, but it's a long time since he's played on this particular kind of surface in a competitive game, and he totally misjudged that bizarre bounce. This is Slater for West Ham. Oh, it's a good little ball. Now Ward has got away from his defender and round the goalkeeper. Can he find the net? Sadly for West Ham, the answer was no. Well, they have now twice come close, West Ham, but in their perilous first position. Close isn't enough. It was a lovely little ball by Slater, and he beat Seeley. Ward, it was a difficult angle, admittedly, but he'll be disappointed with the effort. Seeley out, stretching, committed himself fully. Ward could not take advantage. Big kick from Parks. Foster right underneath it, almost turned it into the path of Ward. Foster had trouble with the second header as well. Slater doing well. Dix. Foster clear. And that looks suspiciously like handball, but it breaks anyway for Kelly. And the goalkeeper did well to block the angle. There was a big shout from the West Ham contingent for a handball just before that. Turned in again towards Ince. Kelly's there once more. And so was Seeley. So a flurry of activity there. Foster's clearance here over the head of the West Ham player. It came up there, and was that the use of a hand by Breaker? Very close to it. Harford intercepts. Looks suspiciously like offside there, Wegley, and I'm sure he would have been if he'd received it. Out to Black. And he hurried the cross, but still got a corner out of it as it hit Potts on the back. Oh, Priest with the shot, and it was deflected away for another corner. It's only like 2 seasons since he last scored a goal, David Priest. And as the first corner was cleared, he met that really well. Goalkeeper up to fist it away from Foster. It's not out of play, though. Back to Foster again. Good interception by Martin, and Priest was there again. And a fine save. Parks showing splendid reactions. David Priest, the second time in the space of a minute, close to his first goal for a long time. Another corner, though. Back to Priest. He really hammered it in, and it was deflected. And Luton have got the goal that will surely mean a place in the final at Wembley. Harford it was who met the ball as Priest hammered it in. Whether it was deliberate or hit him is immaterial. Priest, who had won the 2 corners by his fine shots in the first place, hammered that in. It was a little flick, and it's a goal. 1-0 then to Luton. They lead by 4 goals to 0 on aggregate. And that surely has clinched things. On by Ince. Grimes underneath it. And now Wilson. And that's the end of the first half. And what a satisfactory way it ended. Priest doing so well in the build-up to the goal, which has surely seen Luton into the final, because they now go off at half-time, leading 1-0 on the night, but more significantly, 4-0 on aggregate. So Mick Harford, who scored in the 45th minute of the first leg, repeating the dose with a goal after 43 minutes here tonight, although he's honest enough to admit it might just have deflected off a defender on the way in, but I'm sure he'll claim it. And Luton now start the second half with a 4-goal advantage in the tie. West Ham kicking off, attacking from left to right, and surely now, in their case, playing for pride. In Luton's case, they'll be looking to extend their incredible unbeaten run in this competition. Here at Kenilworth Road, they haven't lost a tie for 3 years, and that extends to 19 games. Foster getting the ball away for Luton. Priest's clearance, but straight at Dix. Moment. Priest, Kingsley Black. chance this time. Gale. Paris couldn't control it. Now Grimes. Harford. Black. This is Priest. A long ball in from Grimes towards Harford. Whoops. What a mistake that was, and Wegley is just the player to profit from it. A complete misunderstanding between Parks and Martin, and Wegley said, thank you very much. A goal that ensures Luton will be at Wembley on April 9th in the Littlewoods Cup final. A long ball from Grimes. Martin left it here. Parks wasn't expecting him to. Wegley in quickly. So Luton extend their lead to 2-0 on the night. 5-0 on aggregate. Wegley, their top scorer in the competition, scores his 4th Littlewoods Cup goal, and that really has put the lid on it. A shot by Brady. Well, that's rekindled a few memories. And Brady, now 33, wonderful career. Played in a few big semi-finals in his days, including in the European Cup, Liam Brady. And he really got behind this one. Harford in hard on Paris. Now Hill for Luton. This is Breaker. Wegley making a run for him down the right. He finds Wilson. Priest is there. That's one way of playing a 1-2. Priest. Wegley calling for it on the far post, and he gets it, and back it goes for Black, and the deflection just took it the wrong side of the post, as far as Luton were concerned anyway. Sort of good fortune in the build-up there. And the ball came in from Priest, dropped here for Wegley, back it went to Black, and Martin deflecting it for a corner. Steve Foster up again, Wegley number 8 there on the goal line for the kick. Came off Foster and then Hill, and Paris was mighty close to turning that into his own net. Very relieved, and he could afford to smile now, but it went behind for a corner. Yet another. Foster or Hill got the touch there, not sure which, but Paris certainly got that touch. Straight to Parks this time. And on by Harford. Hill was there, and Martin gets it clear. Beaumont meets it first. This is Ince. It's a throw into West Ham. Ray Harford may not be showing it, but he must be very, very satisfied. Breaker. And as far as Luton fans are concerned, they want a little bit of extra icing on the cake with another goal. Or perhaps West Ham will get one. Ward here. Paris. Not a bad effort. Seeley to dive quickly to save it. Ward turning it back. And George Paris striking it well right-footed. Seeley down to save quickly. Well into the last minute now. Luton with a 5-goal advantage. On their way to Wembley again. Here's Priest, one of the architects behind this win. Harford lays it off to Hill. And then to Wilson. Now to Breaker. Wilson again. Crowd would love to see a third goal, but they're running short of time in which to get it. Wilson. Chipped into Breaker. Spent most of the second half on the attack, and now spends a second or two on the deck. Foul. And in fact, the referee chooses that moment to blow the final whistle. Luton Town, the holders, will go to Wembley in April to try and retain their trophy. They will not pretend that this was a classic performance by any means, but they did enough. And West Ham know that the game was really lost on their own ground in the first leg. 2-0 victory for Luton Town tonight, 5-0 in aggregate, an emphatic performance and a well-deserved place in the final.
Well, fans enjoying it as they swarm onto the Kenilworth Road pitch. So it's Nottingham Forest against Luton Town in the Littlewoods Cup final at Wembley, a repeat of the FA Cup final exactly 30 years ago. And you can see it exclusively live on ITV on Sunday, April the 9th.